In a quiet little town lived a boy named Daniel. He was just 12 years old, bright-eyed, and gentle in spirit. Life had not been kind to him. His father had passed away, and his mother worked long hours in a bakery just to keep food on the table. Their home was small and broken, but filled with love. Daniel wore shoes with holes in them and clothes that had long since lost their color. Many mornings, he went to school hungry, but he carried with him something priceless: hope and kindness. One cold winter morning, Daniel walked to school shivering under his thin jacket. Snow covered the streets, and most people hurried past with their eyes down, eager to escape the cold. But Daniel noticed something others ignored: a man sitting by the roadside. His clothes were ragged, his face pale, and his body trembling. He whispered weakly, "I haven't eaten in 2 days." Daniel reached into his small cloth bag. Inside was the only bread he had for the day. He hesitated, torn between his hunger and the stranger's need. Then, without another thought, he placed the bread into the man's hands. The man's eyes filled with tears. "Thank you, child. You don't know what this means." Daniel only smiled and whispered, "It's okay. I'll be fine." That simple act of kindness didn't end there. The man Daniel helped was not just any stranger. He was Mr. Howard, once a respected teacher, but now broken by the grief of losing his family. That bread was more than food, it was hope. For the first time in years, he felt seen, remembered, and cared for. And in that moment, something inside him began to heal. Weeks later, Daniel saw Mr. Howard again. This time, the man was cleaner, stronger, and standing tall. He approached Daniel outside the school and said, "You may not remember me, but I remember you. That day you shared your bread, you gave me more than food, you gave me life. I used to be a teacher, and I want to give back to you." From that day forward, Mr. Howard began tutoring Daniel after school. He taught him not only subjects like math and literature, but also lessons about resilience, compassion, and faith in humanity. Under Mr. Howard's guidance, Daniel's mind blossomed. He grew into one of the brightest students in the town. His grades soared, and so did his confidence. The little boy who once went hungry now dreamed of becoming someone who could help others. Years later, Daniel earned a scholarship to a prestigious university. On the night before leaving, he visited Mr. Howard. Tears filled his eyes as he whispered, "I don't know how to thank you, sir." Mr. Howard smiled. "Don't thank me, Daniel. You started this journey with one small act of kindness. Never forget, one good deed can change everything." Many years passed. Daniel returned to his hometown, not as a poor boy with torn shoes, but as a teacher, leader, and builder of dreams. With the money he earned, he built a school for children like him, kids who had little but carried big hopes in their hearts. And every time someone asked him why he chose this path, Daniel told the story of the cold winter morning when he gave away his only bread. This story teaches us something timeless. Kindness costs nothing, yet it holds the power to heal, transform, and inspire. Daniel's life was changed forever, not by wealth, not by chance, but by a single moment of compassion. And it all began with one small act of kindness.